Hello, everybody. Welcome to the first and official episode of Foot on the Line. Watch your step. I am Tori J.
It's your boy Caleb, aka Existential Pete.
It's me, Ahmad. Hey, a D at the end.
Yep, there it
Turn
is.
over.
Yep, turn over. Turn over.
Chef, aka Corn Chip, aka Voss Water, aka Nora James, aka Josh.
Podcast, basically, we're going to talk about the NBA, shit that's going on, like events, standings, stuff like that, whatever the topic is at a certain time. So first thing I want to start with, how y'all get started watching the NBA?
I'll start, man. Since I was a little kid, I started playing like the age of 5, growing up, around a lot of ball players, living where I live. You didn't have a choice but to like basketball. And before LeBron, my favorite player was actually Dirk Nowitzki.
I didn't know that.
I forgot that man existed. No, I'm kidding.
I cried at that man's retirement.
I like it.
Alright, so how I got started watching, when I was like a little kid, I would always throw like a ball in a bucket or whatever, since I was like a baby. But with the NBA, it took me a while to get into it. I didn't get into it until it was 2008, so I was 10 at the time or something. And I was watching Game 2 of the Finals, Lakers and Celtics. And the moment I seen Ray Allen's jump shot, I was like, there it is. That's it right there. That's what I like.
That's
the funny thing is
now you like the NBA.
Yeah, the funny thing is he didn't even play that well that game. The dude who went off was Leon Poe. He made 20 points on straight dunks.
All right. The way I got into the NBA was 2013, 2014. Was it either Game 6 or Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals? Heat and Pacers. We were just randomly flipping through channels that day. Our family is not really a basketball family. We just happen to be flipping through channels.
I grew up in a basketball family.
Right? This dude grew up in a basketball family. I knew that. So we're flipping through channels. Oh, it's the Pacers. The thing with basketball was there was nobody ever to root for. I wasn't even paying attention to basketball. I didn't even know we had a team.
Pacers were trash.
But if there's something to root for, then I'll root for them. And we were down. We were down 3 or down 1 or something.
Oh, yeah,
Paul George hits that amazing 3. And I'm running up and down the halls in my house saying, I love Paul George, I love him.
I've never seen this man
I've never
before in my
watched
life.
it. Yeah, I know nothing. Okay, it's so awkward, but now I look back at it, but that's really what got me into it. I've been a Pacers fan ever since.
That was a good-ass series.
It was.
Now
It was.
How
But that dunk on Birdman.
Well, for me, there wasn't really a ignite, for basketball. I would always just sit there and play 2K, but I didn't really know any of the basketball teams.
Right.
But then I started actually watching games, and it was around the time where the Spurs were going off. So I really liked the Spurs, and Tim Duncan was going off. You know what I'm saying? Tony Parker. I think Tony Parker that was no, that was the year that we just got Kawhi, and then Kawhi was going off, and then the next year.
Wasn't that the year they won? Didn't they win his rookie year?
Did he win his rookie year? I thought they won his sophomore year.
I think it was his rookie year.
Well, they just got Kawhi from the Pacers.
Fuck you.
Here, take Jordan.
And now that George is on the same team, take George Hill. I keep remembering, we could have had this.
Bro, y'all wanted George Hill. That's funny.
But that was just the year I started watching the finals.
Bro, don't zoom in on my face when I'm sad, because I'm getting bad memories.
But it was the year when they were in the finals, and I was just really watching the Spurs. I just chose the team, and then I was like, ooh, okay, look at big man.
I was right.
Yeah, look at big man, emotionless Timmy D.
To be honest, bro.
The fundamental.
Bro, there's this funny story. Ennis Cantor was talking about Tim Duncan. He's like, you know how people trash talk or whatever? Tim Duncan would just be as nice to you as possible, and it would get in his head. That's what he was saying. It would get in the young player's head. He would just be the nicest possible he could be to you. How are you doing? How is your family? You okay? You're playing great.
He's like, I'm gonna beat you up.
Meanwhile, he's doing
Post me up. Here, post me up.
way off the
Post me up, daddy.
You got it.
You got it.
But yeah, and then it was I chose that team, and then they won. And then I was just
alright, I'm staying here. That's what I did too, bro.
First bet was
I was a bandwagon for sure.
I was a Spurs bandwagon.
I was like, they won? Nah.
Well, I was rooting for them before they won the championship, though.
I started in the finals.
Yeah, You know, it was like
Yeah,
I started liking him in the playoffs, and then I was just like, oh, okay. And then they like Kawhi, and then like I was like, okay, Kawhi. And then he started going off, and then it was like, I was like, ooh. And then I got myself a Kawhi jersey, and I was like, ooh.
Man, developed quick.
And then like Manu Ginobili, and I was like, ooh.
Yeah, bro.
And I was just like, yeah.
That's the thing about like learning about the NBA too late. Like you'll know players like Kobe, and I feel like I missed out because I didn't watch him.
Same.
Yeah, I feel
Same.
like
Like,
I
what,
feel you.
like,
So now we stuck being
I
biased.
missed out on prime T-Mac, bro.
now we
oh yeah.
now we stuck being Warriors fans because you know
Oh my god.
because you know what I'm saying, D-Lo.
Bro, Eric passed
Yo, I
away.
actually really like the Jazz too. You know what I'm saying? Jazz. Nice.
Bro, how could you?
I've been messing with the Jazz.
Yeah.
That's why, like, when we got Gordon
Well, you
Hayward,
hit that
Gordon
three-pointer.
Hayward was my favorite player, like, not on the Celtics, and then he went to the Celtics. And then the next year, or the year after, Kemba was my favorite player, not on the Celtics. And then he went to the Celtics. I'm like, what? He's like, shots like a
My
god,
favorite player not on the
dude.
Pacers. Hold on. Donovan Mitchell. Give me Donovan Mitchell.
I just really like the what's his name, Rudy Gobert.
Yeah.
And then like
I mean, it's
I like all the
He
names
was
on the Utah
challenged,
Jazz.
yeah.
Jingling
Donovan Mitchell.
Jingling Joe.
Gobert.
That man funny as it.
But the real question is,
Bojan Bogdanovic.
why is Donovan Mitchell your favorite player?
The reason Donovan Mitchell is my favorite player, it's just his all-around game, and it probably helps because I'm short. Like I'm probably biased because I'm short and he's short,
King.
but he's out there 6'1" and like double jumping in the middle of the air
To be honest,
over
bro,
like over the
This man, like,
some of the
Sonic,
best
like,
defenders.
a little
So
invisible
speedy.
trampoline.
And he's got those big hands, and like when he shoots threes, it's almost like he has Kawhi's hands. If you look at him, they shoot
Yeah,
a
he
similar
does
way.
have
To
good
it.
hands.
Like they shoot like a similar way. I don't know.
He does. Kind
He's a pretty good defender too. Donovan Mitchell pretty decent.
Understandable.
Defense is pretty good.
Caleb.
I love it, bro. Since we're talking about defense,
Okay.
my favorite player is a defensive specialist, Marcus Smart, bro. A lot of people hate him, but like
That's a hot take.
which is understandable
I
because
really
he be
don't like
flopping and he's just like he be getting up on
Looks like a
everybody's nerves.
swordfish when someone.
He looks
flops.
terrible. Like he looks like a pit bull, bro. But like, but
Russell
like
Westbrook
his
reminds me of
defense
Pitbull.
is so tenacious. It may be guarding. He'll guard the best point guard. Whoever's the best player on the team, he's a point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, center. He don't care. He don't guard you.
Correct.
He shut down Porzingis 2 times in a row. They faced off when he was on the Knicks. That man had 17 in the first quarter. They put Marcus Smart on him. He ended up with 21 the rest of the game. They put him on him a couple weeks ago. That man was 1 of 11 from the field.
Wait, you're talking this year?
Yeah,
I don't know.
this year he
Porzingis
shut
has
it
been
down.
under.
He's been all right. He's averaged like 20 something.
Porzingis.
I mean, he's coming back from.
Yeah, he's been out for like 2 years. He's been out. No, seriously, it's been like 600 days since the last time he played.
For real.
Same thing with Andre. Where's Andre Roberson?
I mean, Gordon Hayward.
Where is he?
Bro, I don't honestly. I don't
He's been
think
out that
he
long
wants
too,
to
but
play.
I didn't even know he was
who's
gone.
Wait, for real? He's still not back?
Yes.
No.
For real.
I don't know what happened to him. I don't even know if he's like on the.
Wasn't
Wait,
I know
he,
he's
he
still
got
on the
injured on the
Thunder.
OKC Thunder.
after that
He's
slip?
still on the Thunder. I'm
Wasn't
just
that
like,
after the slip? When he went for an alley oop and slipped? Wasn't it?
yeah, but like, was it that bad of an injury? Or is he just like, I'm gonna chill out with
He
Rachel?
on that.
I'm gonna hang out with.
I think he ready to get traded.
He's like, I'm gonna just hang out with Rachel. I don't need NBA no more.
Yeah, him and John Wall gonna be best friends pretty soon.
Oh, what?
He got
Bro, but like-
Andre with that on his E.
But like my proudest take as a sports fan, like Marcus Smart, when he started his career, he was shooting like 25% from 3. I was always like, he's gonna learn how to shoot threes, and he's gonna be really good at it one day. This man's shooting 40% from 3 this year.
This man taking.
I stuck with that through like 3 seasons of horrible shooting. Marcus Smart.
This man taking like no look 3-point shots.
Oh, he disappointed
bro.
you today, though.
This man.
He was terrible.
This man hitting him with the swag EP.
You gotta have a one-off game. You feel me? He's been shooting like 50% dang near every game from 3.
When you play
He only
defense,
takes
it's hard to
threes.
have an off game. Like as long as you're consistent defense.
That's what I'm saying. Like even if he shoots bad, he's still positively because he's the leading assist on the team.
Leading
Yeah.
assist.
Correct.
He's leading assists on team. Marcus
on
Smart.
the Celtics, yeah. Not in the league, but he's leading the team.
I know. I'm
Nobody
saying
else
I
is-
still don't believe that.
It's just kind of spread out. He gets like 5, Kemba gets like 5.
Yeah,
Gordon
he
Hayward was
also
averaging
assisted
around
the
4.
Kings in that one W.
Bro, we don't talk about the Kings around here. It's all right. Gordon Hayward got him last year. They had to get us this year. We chilled.
Okay. Now we're gonna get to the king. My favorite player is LeBron. As we see, the most complete player the game has ever seen, from points to assists to rebounds to whatever. You know, to me, that's what I think is the difference between him and Michael Jordan.
That's my goal.
I feel like if you take scoring away from Michael Jordan, he does not impact the game the way LeBron
He got
does.
that
If
lockdown though.
He does though. He
He
does.
does, yeah.
But he don't got the passing.
He doesn't have the passing. He doesn't have the rebound.
That's the only thing I can say he doesn't have has over Michael.
His
That's it.
he's
Michael
his help
can get
defense
the
isn't
same
as
points.
good.
He just does it a different way.
He's a better one-on-one defender, but he's not like help defense. I'm
Yeah.
thinking LeBron.
Most definitely.
You've
Most
never
definitely.
seen MG with them chase down blocks like
No.
that. I'm sure he has some, but
No.
like not as often.
Oh yeah.
No, I just feel like if you really want to be a good ball player, you want to watch someone like LeBron who can do it all, not just somebody who they're known from jumping from the free throw line with their tongue out their mouth. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
'Cause,
but
like, if you learn-
can't really. That's like.
But yeah, but I would say if you want to go,
I would
if
say
you want
Michael
a good
Jordan's
model, you
more
don't pick
iconic.
LeBron
Yeah.
because LeBron is 6'8" and he's a freak.
Yeah, but like to his point, like
But you can't ever be like that. If you're gonna pick someone, you pick like Donovan Mitchell because he's 6'1",
that's only 2 inches.
or you pick
I'm
like
6'1".
okay, then you're the
Are you 6'1"? I'm at least 6 foot then. Nah, but like to his point, if you want to model your game, you want to pick LeBron because if you start in basketball, you're not going to be good at everything as you start out. So if you model your game like LeBron, you're going to learn how to do everything. So then you're going to find one of the things. So if you're like
Right.
modeling after MJ, what if you're not that good at scoring? You
Right.
feel me? Then you're just going to be out there focusing on your scoring for no reason when
Okay.
you could be working on your
I
passing.
see that point.
Like,
But you're not gonna be like freight training towards the basket. That's for sure. That'd be in your eyes.
don't-
At least I would.
Someone
Bro, there's
tell that
this-
to Giannis.
Oh yeah, okay. Giannis is the one
Tell that
except
to
There's this
Giannis.
dude
the
at the
other
YMCA.
Bro, you. Oh, go ahead.
There's this dude at the YMCA that I play with. Sometimes he's this like big, muscly dude. His name is Freight Train, or that's what he goes by. So you said freight training. So this man like freight train. All he does is like Euro step hook shots, and they always go.
Is that one of the generic nicknames?
sounds
on
like your
2K?
problem. You should be
Freight
defending.
train.
But like
Here comes freight train.
But like he's just like, and then it goes in all the time, bro.
That's crazy,
So I'm trying to freight train.
bro. I guess Giannis. I like. Okay, so people were like saying he wasn't gonna be anything. You feel me? Because he was so raw. But I was like, he gonna be an all-star one day. To be fair, I didn't think he was gonna be this good.
Yeah, I don't think.
But I was like, he gonna be an all-star.
Like,
Like, as soon as he got drafted, I was like, he gonna be
By
all-star.
all-star, I meant skills game.
I didn't think. I didn't think he was gonna be an MVP, but.
I meant skills game all-star. Chill.
Did he even win the skills challenge?
No.
Shout out to Jason.
Did he even
Tatum.
Was he even in it?
Yeah, I don't think Giannis ever tried
I
this.
think he might have one of his first years.
Uh,
When he was
Joel Embiid
polished,
did.
and then he just couldn't hit the three.
Yep, that makes a lot of sense.
Pretty sure that's what happened.
Makes a lot of sense.
All right, so like, who do you think you play like? Like, what's your play style? Who's your player comparison?
Okay, so me right off the bat, ever since TJ McConnell was signed to the Pacers, I've been watching his game, and his game reminds me a lot of my game. But at the same time, like that's from my point of view. Like I haven't seen myself really that much on camera, but I mean, imagine I look exactly like TJ McConnell, except with less assists.
You Avery Bradley, like
He says I'm
100% to
Avery
a T. Avery Bradley mixed with Evan Turner when he wasn't trash.
You know,
I'm defensively.
He's
good.
short,
That's what he brings.
shorter than everybody that he guards. Yet he gonna get up into you. He gonna rip you, and like when he contests you, he gonna feel like bigger than what he actually is because he gonna jump super high. He's got the mid-range game, which is Avery Bradley's specialty. He's got he can threes kinda
Yeah.
not it's
I'm
not
working
like
on it.
consistent, but you can't just leave him
Are you-
open. He gonna
are
make
you-
one
one
of them.
in- 24.
Are you comparing him on to Avery Bradley?
Yeah, and then he's got the little mid-range pull-ups like
I'm
Evan
taking
Turner
that.
has.
He's better than TJ
The
McConnell.
little because Evan Turner, like when he was on the Celtics, one time he like scored like 20 straight points on like mid-range pull-ups. What the hell? The Magic was like, what is going on? Are we losing to Evan Turner? Entirely Evan
He
Turner?
was trash on the Pacers, bro.
Yeah, he was. Y'all hated him. I went to a
I couldn't wait.
Celtics Pacers game. They was heckling this man like crazy. They were like, "E.T. go home," and I was like,
Oh my
"Damn!"
God, for real?
And then look, Tyler Zeller got in the court. They're like, "Luke is better," because Luke Zeller. I was like, "Bro, he's not. Luke Zeller trash." I know Tyler ain't good, but like, dang. It's funny.
Anyone down
See,
there?
I can see T.J. McConnell though, because you gotten a little bit better jump passing too.
Yeah,
I can see it. Though.
recently. It might go away.
Yeah, my man.
Personally, I think I'm like Brent Forbes,
Okay.
shooting guard for the Spurs. You feel me?
I
Either
feel like
way,
I can even comment. I barely even
'cause,
know who
like,
Forbes was.
this man, literally his entire game is transition threes and floaters. That's what I do best. You feel me? Like I will take a standstill three, But if I'm taking like a moving transition three, for some reason, it's got a better chance of going in. I don't know, it's just-
I'm always trying to hit this guy with the
Really?
transition three.
This
That's
man
all
half
I'm
court
bro.
coming up just.
If I hit a few in a row, yeah. But one time we played against the randoms, I think I wasn't playing.
Yeah, the more high level the randoms are, the better his 3-pointers get. I'm pretty sure if you put
It's just because it's like the less I care about your feelings, the better. Because like, I'll just start pulling, bro. If I hit one and like we not playing against people we know, it's a wrap, bro. It's a wrap.
I definitely
The microwave bag you off real quick.
I definitely understand that, mommy.
He's like, wait, what?
I got a player comparison story, but it's not a player.
Oh.
I'm confused.
You'll see when I get there. You can
Okay.
go.
I would have to say a mixture of like Donovan Mitchell and Trae Young. Smaller, you know, athletic, got good range. You know, Trae Young at least. You know, got good range. I feel like that's a
Solid
I feel like that's
playmaking.
yeah. I feel like that's
I see
up
that,
that's up my
When
alley.
you shoot your shots, you shoot them like you jump high as hell and shoot
You
the top
do.
of your jump, which
He
is what
does.
Donovan Mitchell does.
And that's
Right.
why I'm always surprised how he always makes them. Because
And every time he go for his layup, he jump as high as he can.
yeah.
Because I don't like getting my shot blocked.
Even if he wide open, he's still doing it.
I swear, I just don't like getting my shot blocked. I always feel like somebody coming. I'm so used to
Got it.
being the smallest person around.
So you just fly up there.
Just fly.
Yes.
Let me take the elevator real quick.
Taking no chances.
Escalator.
And I will be like, eels. I'm jumping like Mark Gasol.
I really want to hear your comparison.
What's his comparison?
It's not a. I always say he reminds me of an alligator.
Alligator?
I'm
so confused.
As in,
Excuse me?
you think he's not gonna. He'll be like calm on the court. His face is calm, right?
He lull you to sleep.
And then all of a sudden, he'll be on you.
He can keep you
or
guessing.
Or he'll shoot the three from like 5 feet behind the line and swish that
Like
shit.
10 feet. Over top of the high school line.
That's
You're right,
That's
though,
my
because I feel
explain.
like-
If an alligator,
drive,
if
like,
a
I'm
crocodile
not ready
was
for
the
the
person,
drive,
I'd be
but if
him.
you're gonna pull up, I'm not ready for that either. Like, what am I supposed to do?
That's funny.
I'm not trying to guard the entire court, bro. Like,
Alligator. I think I need to put that in my
That kinda
Instagram
makes
bio.
sense, though.
I'm for real.
Young alligator.
I didn't know he was going with it at first. I was like, what is he talking about?
I was
Like,
like,
I watched
I'm
a lot of National
like, I'm not, like,
Geographic.
This
And
is
I don't know
gonna
where
keep
he
us
going.
in. This is, if anyone was gonna stop watching, that was gonna keep them
The
on.
alligator reference.
That's why I got the second camera. That's fucking.
It's your boy TJ, aka Alligator.
Alligator, I'm
Pull up that
serious.
picture as him saying,
Okay, Alligator, snapping turtle.
AKA snapping turtle.
What's your spirit in?
You got anybody, Josh? You got anyone, or we need to come
Josh
up with
is
one?
hard. for me.
Bro,
He is, because he's got a unique game.
That's because I'm garbage.
No.
I play like Cash Nasty.
Because you got the mid range on lock.
I would
Your
say
three is getting there.
I would say that
The hustle
It
is there.
is.
The hustle is
The
there.
hustle is definitely always there
Switchability.
with
He can
Josh.
guard multiple different kinds of players.
Okay, I would say like either Pat Bev or like Drake.
Bev.
Yeah,
That's my
I
second
can see
favorite
like
player.
a mix of Pat Bev and Draymond, because I was gonna say Omari Spellman,
I could see Pat
who
Bev.
kind of plays like Draymond, but to like a different extent.
You know, because Draymond Draymond's like a Draymond's low key a playmaker.
Yeah, he is.
So
And you love to pass.
Yeah, I mean, because I can't shoot. You know what I'm saying? But like I'm always looking for like the passes. You know what I'm saying? I get the rebound. I'm looking for the football pass.
You always
You know what I'm
looking for
saying?
a flashy pass.
Yeah, like
You are.
You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes you're nice and then sometimes you're.
I'm not trying to look for the flashy pass, but sometimes I see a person. This is why I said we need like a whiteboard. You know what I'm saying? Like right here.
Yeah.
Drop a play, coach.
You know what I'm saying? But like let's say like I'm right here, and then like you got like my teammate right here, and he's like curving down. I'm always trying to look for that you know, pass, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to look for that pass, you know, around the defender and my defender.
Right, the
and they come
wraparound
up.
pass.
And it, like they cut, you know what I'm saying? It's a nice like
A mod cut is all I hear. Like,
yeah, I'm on cut.
Honestly,
Bad
bro.
listen.
Yeah,
This is all the time.
I'm usually just like I'm not usually at the top of the key looking for the cut, you know what I'm saying? Because I
Right.
can't really create the space.
Up in
Josh
the
likes slashers. If you're a slasher, you like Josh.
Yeah, you gotta.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like that was a real good comparison because you know Pat Bev and Draymond,
They got the
they
Yeah,
do
that's an asset.
their roles.
Yeah.
They don't go outside the roles.
Right.
You're not gonna see Pat Beverly go pull up from the parking lot. You know what I mean? Like
Every
they
now
do
and then,
their
you know,
role.
Draymond will when he's forced to, like when he's really forced to do it.
That's
He
why
will shoot
Draymond's
the
a good
occasional
comparison,
three.
because he's like, if I gotta shoot this three, I'm gonna shoot.
Oh,
it.
They play their role.
Your threes have gotten better. I think.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm just
Especially
in the gym.
indoors.
Yeah, like I'm in the gym just like
You definitely been practicing those.
But the mid range always been like on lock.
Yep.
yeah.
The key is just to keep taking them.
Honestly.
Like honestly, and then,
Also
like,
the layups with Josh. I think he hits him more than
He,
that.
he used to, when we play, he used to miss open layups all the time. But now you be
Don't
making
expose
now
me.
no, this is a good thing. This is,
My scouts are watching, bro.
this is exactly what I was talking about Marcus Smart. I was like, he couldn't hit a 3 to fucking save his life, and now he out here sharpshooter. But now you be hitting extremely contested ones, and it's just like,
Yeah, because
I feel like I'm playing a perfect defense, and he's still
like
making
if my camera didn't die, like I could like throw some footage.
But we had some. I'm mad that the
My
camera
camera
cut out.
died, bro. We were
Because I had a lot of good drives.
No. We were at Family Fun and Fitness. Hancock Wellness. We were at Family Fun and Fitness, and
We played 21.
we were playing 21. It was just me, Jaden, and Caleb, and we were going off on each other. Like Jaden got the ball, and this man was doing like.
That man got Hall of Fame finisher. Like,
Yeah, bro.
honestly, he doesn't miss any layup.
Jaden-
He's literally sideways in the
Jaden
air.
had a time skip,
throw it up.
bro.
Yeah.
He left. When he left, he was
He's
a
the-
little
he-
kid.
he
He came
came-
back. This kid came with muscles and like.
Yeah, he came back.
layup
Because
He
runs.
needed to take Robert Williams' nickname, the new Time Lord.
But like he just like
Yeah,
I mean
really had time.
he always played basketball, and then he was like playing for the YMCA team. I think he's
Oh,
trying
really?
out for the high school team like this year, or at least like next
He
semester,
should,
or
do,
like
he
whenever.
should at least get a bench.
He
role,
could
but-
make
Yeah,
it if they actually have actual trials.
And Jay's
Yeah.
actually pretty good at defense.
Yeah, but he has really bad decision making though. He has really bad decision
I can
making.
see
Like,
that, yeah.
like you know what I'm saying? Because he likes to drive on like 3 people,
Yeah.
and then he gets like.
He be making out.
He's making them though.
He makes them, but I'm
But
saying
you're not gonna make that against like tall dudes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like we're all like average height. You know what I'm saying? We're all average height.
I was
you know what
gonna
I'm saying?
say maybe, but I don't remember the last time he played Maven or Lonnie. I don't know if he ever played against Lonnie.
He's play. I mean, if he can get around them.
Yeah, never know.
He's like, this man can like scoop around and just get in, you know what I'm saying? He's really noodly. He can get that like the
You need
second
to pop
thing
up
of the
a
league.
picture of Jaden like.
Kevin Durant.
You know what I'm saying? He can get that finish, but he just has like, I'm in the gym and we're just practicing, and he really has everything on lock. He just needs to like get his like 3-point percentage up, and then he just needs to work on his decision making. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
Like his shot's already good. He's gonna be more consistent.
bro, and I was like, but back to the Family Fun and Fitness thing. We were just going off like on each other. Okay.
Don't pause. Why'd you pause first? That's my pause.
Oh, we could have got away with that. We could have got away with that, but now.
And like Jaden was doing like spin moves and stuff. He was like, and doing like spin moves and stuff. And then Caleb was like, okay, y'all gonna give me the space, half court line. You know what I'm saying?
Can't leave me
And then like because it was like 1-on-1, usually my biggest issue is I don't know how to like go around like help defenders. So once somebody plays help defenders or there's a switch and I can't create the space that I want, like I'm kind of like
I'm like
stranded and I gotta pass, right? But when it was a 1-on-1, because then we don't double team, you know what I'm saying? It was 21, it's 3 of us.
Unless you get into the paint.
You know what I'm saying? But like I was sitting there like
here with the help defense, boy.
stifled. But I was like creating space like really easily with just a 1-on-1. It was just like 1-on-1. I was sitting there like, ugh. And then I was like, okay, open.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He had a little size up to the mid range.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So like I got the size up and I can create the space, but it's hard when I'm doing that. And then somebody pesky like Mahmoud, it comes out of nowhere.
Mahmoud!
And
My
then
brother.
like, you know what I'm saying? He just comes out of nowhere and he's like
mood.
he's just like he just comes out of nowhere and he's like, okay, yeah.
That man.
Moody is.
He's really annoying on defense. So I can't play help
He really
defense
is,
because he's
I don't
only on
like
the ball
to. I don't like
handler.
to dribble against him.
He's only on the ball
Moody
handler.
is even shorter than me. Like.
Yeah, because he's like right. His hand, like you
His
can't just
hand
put it right in front of him. He gonna snatch that.
Yeah. And he's known for his like behind the back steals. He's sneaky as hell too.
Yeah. But he'll come up from behind you. You be running down full court. If no one calls that out,
And then
you
he
get
does his
ripped.
little-
You get ripped.
He has his little face too.
Bro, he feeling himself. He's like, oh!
What was daily reminder?
A daily reminder.
Honestly, but yeah, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I haven't been able to like, you know, enhance the skills. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been hurting myself. You know, my pinky fat.
Oh yeah, I was out for like 2 months.
You know what I'm
This
saying?
man, the entire Warriors roster.
Honestly,
when one
That
person.
poor roster.
but like, I'm sitting there and I'm just like practicing the dribble moves. You know what I'm saying? I'm no Kyrie. You know what I'm saying? I'm not.
He's humble, guys. He's
He
humble.
knows. Kyrie out
What are you
here.
talking about? I'm buns, bro. Anybody can like look me up and go like, I remember when you were when I whooped you 0-21 in Caleb's driveway. Like,
Shout out to the driveway.
shout out to the driver.
The originator.
But yeah, man, that's all I gotta say about that.
You a good team player. Like,
Thank you.
if I want to like compliment my team perfectly, that's what I'm gonna pick. Which is why Draymond is the perfect comparison.
When I'm GM, I actually pick Josh pretty
Yeah,
often.
because I know.
For the why don't we even talk about this? Josh's best thing, I think, is rebounds. I think it's rebounds.
The one thing I always say about Josh is he's going to be in the right spot on offense every single time. He may not be the best shooter, but he's going to be in the right spot, and I'm going to know where to find him. So when I play make, I kind of like, I'm not used to it. I'm usually just like catch and shoot. But like, since not everybody is home, you know, they have like college and stuff.
Yeah,
I gotta play point guard sometimes. So like when I got Josh with me, like I know if I need a bailout pass, I know where he can be, so it's a little easier to like point.
Okay.
But like since we was talking about Josh being injured all the time, y'all want to talk about the Warriors?
I thought we were about to go into our injuries as one guy.
No, my left
Yo,
testicle
we all
sprained.
came into the season thinking like everybody's injured except Steph. Steph's gonna average at least 30.
Honestly, I was like the only person that's injured is Clay. You know what I'm saying? He's big, but like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? They gotta.
I was like, they still be alright.
Now they're out there
They'll be
playing
alright. The rest of the
great.
roster are trash, but they still got Steph and D'Lo and
Draymond faked an injury, so yeah.
He didn't want to be there.
Yeah.
He hit the
He said,
interview when he
"We suck
paused.
right
He was like,
We're stuck right now.
he hit that in the middle of the game. They're like, oh, he's hurt. Here we go. So, and now D'Lo hurt, bro.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like this. 5 straight finals appearances to the next year, a possible
That's
number 1 pick
They
in the
have
draft.
the worst record. in
It
the
wears
league.
on
Number one
players
pick
though.
in the draft.
It really wears on you. People don't realize it. Like think about LeBron, 8 straight finals.
Exactly. I
And
was
didn't
just about
really
to
even
say
get
that.
injured till that.
I was just about
And
to
the
say
thing,
that.
remember when Steph Curry, when his
That makes
first
LeBron look
started
even better.
his
I'm telling
career, they was saying he was injury prone. You know, that was the main talk about
Because
Steph
of his
Curry.
ankles.
He
Because
would
of his
always
ankles.
get hurt. I mean, this is a freak injury though, so he probably
Yeah, he landed on his
It
hand.
was Aaron Baines.
Yeah.
Shout out to Aaron Baines.
It's a big
My
boy.
guy, Aaron Baines.
Shout out.
Have y'all seen Aaron Baines' Twitter?
No.
There's an Aaron Baines
You wouldn't know
fan
about
account.
that.
There's a fan account. Y'all gotta follow. I'll put you on. It's funny. They be like the matchup of the century: Aaron Baines versus LeBron James. Who y'all got?
Bruh.
Well, he been hooping this year though. He ain't obviously not LeBron.
The best center in the NBA.
Isn't he averaging like 25?
Who's better right now?
He's
Nikola Jokic or
averaging
Aaron
like
Baines?
16, 6, and 6.
I thought he was averaging like at least 20 at one point.
I'm not serious. I'm not
Did
serious.
you- He could've been
I'm
averaging
not serious. I'm
I
not
was
serious.
gonna say, did you hear the question? I mean,
What was
yeah.
it?
He hasn't been playing that well this year so far. He's playing.
Oh, you serious?
He's washed.
I mean,
Who?
I
We're talking
still
about
say
LeBron,
Jokic
right?
is better.
No.
Aaron Baines or Nikola Jokic?
Oh no, Jokic been struggling. Bro.
Struggling.
That man came in the season 20 pounds
Oh
fatter.
yeah, you could tell. It's
He was
on his arms.
already like way too much.
eating a burrito.
And like he was at the limit, and he was like,
He eats burritos.
"This pizza
Nicky.
looking nice as hell on this beach. Let me just."
As long as his like game stays, you know what I'm saying?
He hasn't been that.
I mean,
good
he was
stats
chubby
wise.
before,
He was
but-
averaging like I don't. The last time I checked, he was averaging like
He
18,
needed to become a vegan.
17, I think it's 17.
17.
That's not happening. That's not happening.
Maybe he had 2 game winners, but even like the rest of his game wasn't that good.
Yeah.
When I watched like 2 games of the Nuggets, and this man he looked so slow. The entire Nuggets team looked like they didn't want to try. They looked like they didn't want to be there. I was like, they was playing the Magic, bro. That was one of the worst games I've ever watched. Like I love defense, bro, but like
What is
they
up?
could not score. Neither team could score. The
Like,
Magic can't score.
What is the problem with these teams though? Because we got this. Two
People
teams with
adjusted
the same
to 'em.
situation.
You
Sacramento Kings and the Sacramento Nuggets. Or,
the Sacramento Nuggets?
the Denver Nuggets and the Sacramento Kings. Both
And the
teams have
Nuggets
the same
record is
problem.
actually decent.
Why they come back
It
to
is. They only
That's
have
the
3
thing,
losses,
though.
I
They
believe.
look when you watch them, they're like they're trash, but their record's good. Imagine if they pull it together, bro.
Right. I think I know what's wrong with every team. I think
The
it's
Nuggets just look complacent.
everybody is trying to do too much now because they know the Warriors are not going back to the finals.
Yeah, they just.
So I think people are trying too hard instead of like sticking with the game they were playing last year. And I feel like, oh, now I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. We can do this. We can do that now.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
not.
that's-
We know they're not going
Is there
to.
a contract issue too, or are they good on the contracts? Because some people do too much when they're
What,
contracted.
did anyone get a Jamal Murray got a big ass contract?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Although
What's,
he's been fine. He hasn't been.
What's Clay's expected return date?
He's not coming back.
25.
He's not coming back this
They was
season?
talking about sometime in the playoffs or something like that, which
They're not
which
I
they're
don't
not
think
making.
they're not
But
And then he said himself, even if we made the playoffs, I'm not coming back.
yeah,
Which is good for him because we saw what happened to KD. He came back,
Yeah.
put himself right again. Now
That
he got a
was a
whole
mistake.
other year. Same thing with John Wall. He gonna be out for 2 straight years because of that.
oh man,
And then he didn't even have a reason to come back because
He
the
out there
Wizards
dunking.
wasn't gonna win nothing.
Wait, John Wall came back?
he out there dunking right now.
No, when he got hurt last year, he came back
Oh,
right.
yeah, when
He came back real early in the season. It was like, bro, it didn't seem like he took his time.
John Wall just wanted to get injured again so he didn't have to play.
I mean, honestly,
But when he just sit on the couch and
He's
earn this
just
40
lazy.
million, he makes
Right.
40 million.
the Wizards not really doing anything.
Like I know he was good, but he wasn't 40 million good even at his peak.
John Wall needs to hurry up and get traded.
To where?
Who gonna take 40 million, bro? Ain't nobody.
I mean,
Trade him
it's
for Chris Paul?
The Thunder or something.
That's exactly, yes.
No,
Thunder?
no, they need to.
At this
got-
point,
Yo, Patty Mills for John Wall.
Yeah.
let's see. Hold on.
I'd rather
Jay Wall, DeRozan, and Aldridge.
Yeah, but he's not gonna be back till next year. DeRozan, Aldridge gonna be like 42 next year, bro. Bro, he put up 3 against the Celtics. Usually he like puts up 50 on us. They put Jalen Brown out of it. Shut up, Jalen.
Marcus Aldridge?
Yeah, he had
Bro,
3 points.
bro, the Spurs have been playing
He's
so
I was like,
usually-
yo,
bad.
he should be
He's
even
usually
against us.
consistent.
They
playing
lost
against
against the
like
Magic,
Magic,
bro. They lost.
Who
The
did?
Spurs, the Spurs lost against the Magic last night by like 8 points.
Where's
like-
what happened to Jonathan Simmons? He's still in the Magic?
No, well, I don't know.
He's not on a rotation anywhere. He's
He's a
probably
good-
on a
What
roster,
happened,
but he's
bro?
not playing.
I remember
I
seeing him block Steph Curry.
He was
that
on
one
Philly
game.
last. He got traded to Philly for Markel Fultz.
You know they were thinking, but they're thinking about trading for DeMar DeRozan, Orlando.
Yeah. DeMar DeRozan's going to the trade
enough
rumors.
shooting. They already.
They're going to the trade rumors.
Mm-hmm.
DeMar DeRozan was, I mean, it was a good trade for Toronto, obviously.
I think LeBron
It was a good
going
trade
to-
for both because he wasn't coming back to the Spurs, so you might as well get some.
Honestly, I really like the Spurs right now. Like DeJounte Murray is going
But
off.
how far do you think they'll go second round?
I don't know.
The Pacers might.
Probably.
Bro,
I think they're
I'm
gonna
talking about
lose. Like
the
depending on who they go against, they might lose like first round.
For real.
Probably first round.
For real.
Because they kind of fell off a little. They had that hot start. They're like, oh, look at the Spurs.
My team's just as injured as the Warriors, to be honest with you guys. We have 6 players out.
Yeah, they've been getting hurt a lot.
Hey,
We still
Okay,
The thing is, when y'all
Yesterday-
got hurt,
okay,
y'all
so-
played better.
The Rockets game, we had Malcolm Brogdon, and then the next game, like back-to-back against the Milwaukee Bucks.
What the hell, Malcolm Brogdon? I forgot he existed.
He can hoop.
Fuck you! He's
He
20,
won-
he's averaging 20 and 8.
He won Rookie of the Year and then like disappeared from the media.
He got hurt. He got hurt.
He got hurt for like 45 games. Right?
Yeah. So
I just haven't heard a thing
He was,
from that man.
he was 50, 40, 90. last year.
Giannis recently said like, I miss him. Like, I wish we still had him.
Bro, they should not have gave Bledsoe the contract, and then they should have done Brogdon instead. They was talking about, oh, we picked between Middleton and Brogdon, bro. Get them both. You should not take away Eric Bledsoe's contract. I know it's too late, but like, get them both. I don't let them.
You're saying like
both
buy him out?
No, I'm saying like they should have never extended him because they gave him a contract extension right before the playoffs.
Lord,
Four
he
year
can't.
deal.
Bledsoe?
He
They
cannot.
gave him like a
That was
4-year
so
extension.
He can't shoot to save his
He's
life
not
either.
good.
He can't shoot to save his life.
He got second team all defense or something
Your
like that.
your
It's
team
like,
should
what?
really be judged upon what can it do in the playoffs.
He was getting cooked, bro. Like, he's not
I
a
mean,
bad
besides Terry
defender,
Rozier.
but Terry Rozier was cooking him, bro.
Boop, boop.
He said Drew Bledsoe. That was such a disrespectful series.
I don't know who the fuck that is. I don't know who that is.
Bro, you know who that
You
is.
know
That's
who
your
it
daddy.
You knew who that was. Them
That's
ankles
your
was sore, boy.
stepfather, homie. Boy, you were that step back, bro.
Ankles was
Him man
sore.
went 10 feet down. That was for the game, bro. That was nasty. Man, Terry Rozier fell off, bro.
He did. He
He
did.
been okay for the Hornets, but something about that money.
Can I be honest? I thought he was going to at least average 18.
That's what I thought. I was like, there's no one
How much
else on
is
this
he
team.
averaging?
Like 7.
Was he?
Like
No,
like
that's a
7.
lie. That's a lie.
Like
I think he
Devontae-
wasn't that good.
Devontae Graham is a better version of Terry Rozier.
They completely different players, low key.
he's probably averaging like 7.7. I don't give him anything more than
Nah, I
that.
think he's averaging.
He's averaging like
15.
like
I think
12.
just by pure like.
He's averaging 17.
For real?
17, 4, and 5.
You
That's what I was
playing?
about to say.
He's shooting his best efficiency of his career.
You playing?
I'm
They're-
sleeping. He's shooting 42 from the field, 38 from 3, and 83 from the line.
I still don't like his play.
Everything's a career high except for blocks.
I don't care.
Bro, didn't he?
He averaged
I don't
17.
care. He doesn't
But,
contribute.
bro, he
to
went
the
on-
team.
He's still not worth 20
He doesn't
mil.
contribute to the
I've been
team when he
watching,
plays.
like,
Just
I've been
watch him.
watching,
Why are they winning?
some Hornets
They've been
That's
actually
game.
because
winning
Devontae
games.
Graham. I'm on Devontae Graham. I don't care.
I mean, Devontae Graham better, but like Terry's
Yo.
actually playing decent.
Apparently, people are like Devontae Graham is
It's not
like
20
6
mil,
man
but
of the
that's
year.
like 15 mil.
I can see it happening. Isn't Devontae Graham just as much?
And Terry's not a bad defender when he's like focused.
Isn't this his sophomore year?
Terry the type of
Yeah, he was
person.
a rookie last year.
Terry the type of person to hold a block in his.
He looked like he one of those. He's one of the shooter in one of those hood movies when the best friend dies. He looked like he's the shooter. Doesn't he?
Boys in the hood. Boys in North Carolina.
His last
He looked like
three
he made 8
games.
miles.
His last 3 games. He had 29 against New York, 18 against Detroit, and then another 19 against Memphis.
You know, Devontae good. He legit.
That's pretty good.
Memphis. Yo, speaking of Memphis. Speaking of Memphis.
John
Morant.
18 a game.
He's legit.
John
18 a
Morant,
game. Rookie of the year.
He's gonna get rookie of the year. I literally.
That's why that was my pick. That was my pick.
Pick
He'll
from
go
the
just as
beginning.
high as Donovan Mitchell,
Yeah.
maybe even higher.
And like it wasn't anything against Zion. I was just like, he probably gonna get injured.
I was like, bro, low key, I
injured.
wasn't even like that. I was just like, yo, I hope John Morant does not get swallowed by the Zion hype. You know what I'm saying? That's just what I was thinking.
he
I
had a
watched,
strong like.
I watched him.
personality. I don't think
Yeah,
he
I
was
watched him in college. You know what I'm saying? It was nice. So I was like, bro, he's gonna get. He's projected first or second. You know what I'm saying?
He's a bit second.
So I was like, okay.
I
I was like, he's second. I'm rooting for you, rookie of the year. You know what I'm saying? He's on the Grizzlies. I like the Grizzlies. You know what I'm saying? I like Mike Conley. You know what I'm saying? Mike Conley
Yeah,
went
I
from
remember
Grizzlies.
18.8 for
Jared Jackson's good.
Jared Jackson, my dad.
But you know,
I don't know what's up with Jeremy
Yeah,
Jackson.
like-
How's he doing?
He's kind of like what he was doing last year, basically.
Yeah.
He's just average. You
No,
know?
he
Not-
went
not
a
average,
it's a
little bit
sophomore.
better, but not like a jump, which is fine because at least he didn't regress.
As
At
long
the
as
same
he doesn't
time,
turn
he's-
into,
He's in a crowded front court because they got Jonas Valanciunas starting. Who kind of you good?
What happened to my cup?
you kicked it away.
Yeah, you threw it.
Oh, I threw it.
You're trying to, like,
You want it back?
No, you're good. You're good.
It's too late. I'm ready
Yeah.
to go.
Another thing that's crazy, you know, speaking of rookie of the year, I mean, I probably don't pay as much attention to him, but Kendrick Nunn, undrafted.
Kendrick Nunn, yeah.
Undrafted, but this
Kendrick.
dude's balling, bro.
He could
He's
actually
on the
get
Heat.
the
He
he could
he's
actually
slowed down a little bit, but he's still at
The
7.
first undrafted.
I think he's the leading rookie scorer.
Points, he is.
How
Yeah.
much is it? Like 19?
It's him, and then I'm
I
pretty
think-
sure Jai's second.
On job.
Bro, Miami's like 6. Their front offices. That's one of the top tier. If we're gonna rank like the top tier like front offices in the NBA, that the Heat is one of them. It's gonna be
Yeah.
Spurs, Heat up there. I would count the Pacers.
Shout
up
out to them for not matching that Tyler Johnson contract.
there. Right. See, they were smart on
Oh
that.
my god, he had a 20-point per game season dang near,
And they didn't care.
and they're like, nope.
Yeah.
We know who you are. You're a system player. They went to the Suns and they're like, bro, who is this? This is not who we got. This is not who I signed. Get the heck my money back.
Where's my money?
He follows the rules.
The
He's
Suns,
one
I
of those
mean, he
guys.
been hooping. They just always consistent.
The Suns are. We didn't talk about
Shout out
the
to the
Suns.
Suns, bro. I was not a believer. I was like,
Yep.
they trash again.
Yo,
this
who
year.
even is on the Suns besides Devin Booker?
Devin Booker, DeAndre
Ricky
Kelly
Ayton.
Oubre been hooping.
Yeah.
DeAndre Ayton's gone. He's man just.
He came back. Wait, you know it's 25 games.
He got a minute before he comes back.
Off them drugs or whatever it is.
Apparently, I was reading into that, and apparently, like the steroid that he was using
He
is like.
didn't get caught with the steroid. He got caught with something that helps you mask using steroids when you take your urine test.
Hmm.
So they're like, you probably, what other reason you're
You're
taking
right.
this other than
Right.
steroids? And he was like, he said something like it was about something with changing his diet or something.
Yeah.
Which could be true,
Right.
He seems like he's really passive.
but he got big as hell. Have you seen him?
I haven't seen him. I haven't
He
seen
he bulked up.
I wish they could change to like the TV schedules. Like what happened with the Pelicans? Nobody really wants to watch them as much anymore. Cause
I don't know. Their first game against the Raptors was a good game.
Yeah.
When's Zion coming back?
Lowry.
Big booty Lowry.
But like,
Switch the Suns in for some of them spots. Or,
Yeah, they should get some.
Or the
But they
Pacers.
never. I wish they
yo,
could.
who else is on the Suns except like Devin
Okay, so
Booker?
we got
You guys said
Ricky
Devin
Rubio,
Booker and then like
Devin
DeAndre
Booker,
Ayton.
DeAndre
Kelly
Ayton.
Oubre's
Kelly
been
Oubre,
good.
Kelly-
Ricky
yeah.
Rubio's been really
Rubio.
solid
Ricky
for them.
Rubio.
He's been playing.
He's actually one of the main reasons they're doing.
Yeah, honestly,
Okay.
because their main problem last year was DeAndre Ayton couldn't get the ball because no one would pass him the ball because Devin Booker had to play point guard. He's not a
Right.
point guard.
Right.
Yeah.
So like, and Ricky Rubio's best thing is getting his big man involved. You know,
Yeah.
Kevin Love, Karl Anthony Towns, Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert averaged a career high last year. You know, so they brought him in, and then the other person they brought in was Aaron Baines. They traded with the Celtics because like we need cap space to sign Kemba. So Shout out Kemba. But
Cardi.
that's why Aaron Baines is averaging 16 points a game. What do you think? Why? This is Ricky Rubio.
Yeah.
Aaron Baines is a good player.
Aaron Baines can't do that on his own.
He has improved his 3-point though. His 3-point. He's shooting like 50% from three. He's not taking that many. He shot him with the Celtics last year.
Was he a shooter though? I don't remember.
No,
him
he
being
just
a shooter.
randomly started shooting in the playoffs. That playoff series against the Sixers.
He was just like
Because they're like,
he was just like
let's get
Coach.
Embiid out the paint, and Brad Stevens was like, he'll let anyone do it. He's like,
Right.
if you think you can shoot threes, shoot threes. Jared Sullivan used to shoot threes all the time.
I forgot that dude was so.
Yeah.
Then he dropped out of the league real quick.
I forgot about him.
He was a solid player for us, and
He
then
went
like
from the Celtics to Toronto
Once-
to win.
That man.
he just kind of dropped out of the league.
He's just trying to win the league.
Jared Sullinger, this man playing on the Nuggets right now. He's Jokic.
He's Jokic in disguise.
Have you played Michael Porter Jr. at all? Like,
Not much.
barely played him.
He's been getting like 10, 15 minutes a game.
Yeah.
Like 10 minutes a game.
But
They just don't have room for him. They have so many wings.
heck yeah.
So they got Will Barton, who's been hooping. He's a scorer. You know.
Yeah, I like it.
Gary Harris is decent at scoring. He's a great defender. They got Torrey Craig, who's a lockdown. And it's just like, where you going to put him in? You could put him at power forward, but like, they got Jeremy Grant, who's good, and you got Paul Millsap. So it's just like, where you going to put him? There's no room. And they're like, they don't want to mess up what they did last year with like putting a rookie in there. But it's like, he's good.
What was the other player that they drafted that was just
Bol.
some- Yeah, Bol.
Oh, they
Oh, the
won.
Nuggets, the Bobo.
His stock had dropped.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
why?
He got-
Because of his work
He
ethic.
wasn't going to workouts
Oh,
and
his
stuff.
work
He's like, I'm
ethic.
not going to do
His work
workouts.
He got injured kind of bad in high school too, or college, or
Yeah, he
His
got
foot.
injured.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
he got
Well,
injured.
that was college.
That's
His
two
foot.
players
That
in
was
Nuggets.
yeah,
you
he got
have-
injured in college.
His
So.
foot.
Yeah, the thing is, he wasn't one like he needs to put on muscle because he's so skinny.
Yeah, he's really.
He's not
big.
willing to put in
You
the
don't
work.
have that big
At least
body.
at this point, he do not have that.
He,
big booty
like
body.
Bobo is low key just a hype beast. Like he's just.
He's got potential through the roof.
Yeah,
It's
you know
just
what I'm
like
saying?
his
This man-
work ethic isn't there.
Who does he remind me of? Thon Maker.
He reminds me of Kevin Durant. You know what I'm saying? Like a really,
Yeah, with the
really,
body.
Really
Got the
bad.
handles.
like a, yeah, like I mean, he has decent handles.
He's like a Jonathan Isaac type dude.
yeah,
Like a Jonathan Isaac.
He's like
He's
I'm
not-
not.
Jonathan
I'm
Isaac,
saying-
for the first time I got to see him play against the
His
Pacers, like,
defense
he's really good ball
His
handling.
defense is really. He
And he
needs to
was
shoot
giving
more.
passes I can
He
expect.
needs to shoot more. He can shoot. I don't know why he's not
Jonathan
shooting.
He just has potential to be a Kevin Durant. Like all the things that he can do is like Kevin Durant.
You right. He just
You know
kind
what
of
I'm saying?
slow a little
Yeah,
bit.
he's
I
just
like the Thon Maker comparison.
What about,
yeah. I mean, yeah. Thon Maker is just like
what's that guy in
He's just
New
smaller
Orleans
Kevin
that everyone
Durant.
compared to Kevin Durant? What am I I'm spacing out.
which guy? Which
I'm New Orleans that got traded from the Lakers.
Brandon Ingram.
Brandon
He
Ingram.
been balling out. He's averaging
Dropping 40,
He's averaging
average
like
25.
25.
Dropping 40.
bro? He's like low key. Like
Is
he's
his
probably
defense there like KD though?
His defense is great.
he's probably
His
just
defense
he's probably
might be
just
better.
angry at like the Lakers. He's just like I'm angry.
I
And
think all of them are.
Yeah,
Josh Hart been playing power forward. He's been like he's averaging like 7
I
points
think
a game.
everyone
If I'm not.
I think everyone except Lonzo is just angry. Lonzo is just like,
Lonzo's been solid. His stats
He's
are kind of the
solid.
same, but his shooting percentages are way up.
And his health is way down.
bro. If you okay, so in 2K, in like 2K19, right? His jumper was just like but like you pick 2K20, his jumper is like generic, like jump shot one,
You're
bro.
saying they paid him? They
You know,
paid
his-
him to fix
His
up the
jump shot is
in the
literally
game?
just
It really is.
so.
You know you're
it's-
gonna get sued by Alonzo after seeing that.
He took my jump shot.
But like I haven't seen him. But like, has he changed up his shot? Like, is there a reason why
Yeah,
you know
I
he
haven't
changed
seen
it?
his form is
changed
completely
a
lot.
different.
Yeah, did they?
It's,
Okay.
It's kind of the same
It's
shot,
kind of
but
the
he
same,
took
yeah.
the hitch out of it for the most. Like the hitch is like 90% gone. It's still kind of there, but it's not. It's not like this. It's kind of like
He's just like
Nobody should have messed with
Instead of-
Mark Fultz hitch because giving him a hitch.
Marco.
he didn't have one when he was in college. So it's
You
like,
know what it is? There was a big conspiracy theory about him, like, was riding a bike and then
oh, no.
he was riding a motorbike and then he crashed. And if you do that, like, you void your contract or something. You're not supposed to like ride a motorbike.
You see,
Paul
Paul George
George,
last
yeah.
year, he was in the MVP talks, and then he hurt his shoulder. He came back. He kind of fell off a little bit.
Yeah, I
But he
saw.
came back
I
good.
saw one. I
He
saw.
came back good, but he wasn't playing like he was.
I saw a post of, and it was like an interview with Paul George, and it was like he's like my shoulder's been feeling great.
Yeah, he's
He was like,
he's out
yeah.
of trouble.
He was like my shoulder's been feeling great,
He-
man.
I don't know, shoulder.
He
That's
put
all he
like
kept saying.
30 points
Every
up in
question.
20 minutes, 2 times in a row. All right.
That
So
was,
like,
that was crazy.
let's talk about Melo real quick, and we wrap it up.
He was just gonna retire.
It has not been 2 years.
Since Since
On the
A
Thunder.
year and a half. Because
Year and a half.
Since November of 2018.
Year and a half. Yeah, because
he
November.
got cut
He
with the
was-
Rockets after 11 games.
yeah.
Did he
November
even
of
play on the
2018.
Rockets?
He did for 11 games.
You're
I remember
right.
going
He
against
played
Pacers.
last year.
November
Yeah.
of 2018.
Wasn't he on the Hawks too after that?
For like a brief, for he never played.
He was
on-
on the Hawks.
I think y'all see that Mellow Hawks tribute video.
It was just like it was
He didn't even play a game.
It was just him shooting around in practice. I was like, thanks for watching.
An Atlanta legend.
But wasn't he on like the Hawks and then he went to the Rockets, or was he on the Rockets then he went to the
He was
Hawks?
on the
and-
Rockets.
Hawks.
The Rockets sent
Free
the
agent.
Hawks,
Yeah.
and then
The Hawks
he got
cut
bought out.
him. Yeah.
I think he was on the Bulls at one point. It's the Bulls first, and then the Hawks, or
Wait, he
the way
went to the
around.
Bulls?
He didn't play though.
Oh, really?
It's the same thing with the Hawks.
Yo, I really
One of them was
don't
first.
like.
Oh, he
Okay,
went to
so
the Bulls in
he's on the
21.
Trailblazers now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really don't think he's gonna be a good fit on the Trailblazers.
I don't-
That's the thing. Is like
I
their
don't know
problem
how I
is
feel about
their
that.
problem is defense. So why are you bringing in Melo?
Melo, yeah.
The thing is, he's gonna be better than Anthony Tolliver because he's been trash. That's what
Anthony Tolliver.
they've been starting Anthony Tolliver. Sometimes they start Hazonia at power
Yeah.
forward.
I don't think they need another ISO ball type.
Yeah, it's gonna be like
I feel like
it's
Dame and
gonna-
CJ. That's,
If he could play like the PJ Tucker role, we chilling.
Who is
He's
that
not gonna
rookie
do that.
that got
I don't
injured
think
on the
so.
Trailblazers? Was it Zach?
Zach Collins.
Zach Collins.
That killed them, man. Because he had a good start to the year.
He's been gone for a long time. He's gonna be
He's gonna be
gone
out for a
for a
while.
while.
But like it's gonna be like what's going on with the Rockets right now. James Harden is like scoring like 40 a game, and then like Russell
Yeah.
Westbrook scoring like 15, like no stats. I mean, he's getting stats, but like not as much as he's wanting.
Russ doesn't really like get to do anything until like he's with the second unit.
Bro,
Yeah.
I would tell you, Russ is, I feel like he's overrated, at least every time he plays the Pacers. I was happy every time he got the ball. Because every single time he'd just barrel toward the basket and throw it, like he'd hit under the rim
It
or he'd get
depends
blocked.
on the type of game he's having. When he's having one of those games,
But the problem is James Harden had 41 points that game. It's not like it's
Right. Okay. Okay. But like, I think that's just what's gonna happen with Melo. Obviously, Melo is gonna want to put up 20 shots a
I
game.
want to shoot.
He's like, I want to put up 30. You know what I'm saying? But they're not gonna allow him to do that because the main
No, because Dame and CJ.
Dame and CJ, they're
The
like,
problem is not the offense.
you know, yeah, exactly.
So like, Melo is like his only thing is offense. So like, why are you bringing
I'm
Melo?
just waiting until
You're
Like
gonna-
obviously,
And
it's not. It's better than Anthony
it
Tolliver.
would be better if he was
It's
like a bench player too. You know what I'm saying?
It's an upgrade, but it's like it's not gonna solve your problem.
Didn't you guys say they should have traded for Gallinari? But who would they get rid of?
I don't think they have the
Gallinari?
pieces. They would have to
That's a
trade like
problem.
Anthony Simons because he's a good young player. But the thing is, I'm not trading Anthony Simons. I need a backup point guard.
Yeah.
So like, and he's really good with amazing potential.
CJ doesn't really play point, does he? Like I know he has the size. He plays points every now
When
and
if
then.
Dame
But he
comes
doesn't
off
have
the floor and CJ's still there,
He doesn't have the
runs,
playmaking.
he runs the offense.
He doesn't have the playmaking, does
No,
he?
he just kind of carries
Yeah.
the scoring load
Yeah.
while they're out there, and then occasionally he'll make it. I think he averages like 3 assists or something like that. That's what but not horrible. So yeah, what y'all think? What y'all think he gonna average? What y'all think? If Melo stays on the team,
Melo?
what's your average prediction?
What first
10 points per game.
I give him 13 points per game
Yeah.
on 43% from the
I
field.
give him
43%?
I give him 10 to 15.
Okay,
Somewhere
yeah.
between 10 to
Somewhere
15.
between there, I'll
10
take that.
points
I give him
per game.
13.
10 points per game, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. No.
2 assists?
2 assists.
That's a lot for
0.4.
1.5.
Especially if you're not gonna have the
He's
ball.
playing with Dame and CJ though.
You don't have the ball.
He's just
He'll
gonna
find
he's
it.
not gonna get a shot up, and he's
I
gonna
feel
pass
like
the
Dame
game,
will find
and
it.
he's just gonna.
Or I mean,
He's gonna go.
I need to see it.
or he will find Dame.
See, here's the
So
thing.
come Tuesday, you know what I'm saying?
We gotta watch it. I gotta watch
Yeah,
it.
that's where it kind of get me a little bit. What are they finding him? He can't catch and shoot anymore. You know, when he was playing
He's
with.
too slow.
Has he even been?
It
Has he even been
went
working
down.
out?
He has.
He's
Yeah.
been working
He's
out.
been working.
Yeah, but I feel like he's still more ISO ball type. I don't
It's
know.
just his game is phased out of the NBA. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
That's
they
the
can't,
main
like you
problem.
can't play ISO ball.
Your mid range is like unless you are
Unless you're
elite
James
at
Harden.
it. Unless you're elite at it, like someone's like
James Harden.
Jokic is a good
James Harden don't
behind
take
like
threes. He don't take mid range.
He takes like mid range.
The only person I can think of is like DeMar DeRozan.
Yo, I really like DeMar DeRozan.
Unless you
His
elite
game
at
is
it, you're not gonna be on a
Yo,
team.
if the Spurs trade DeMar DeRozan, I'm gonna like cry myself.
They
This
might,
Be ready
because
for it.
Because
Be
they're
ready.
They're talking about trade talks, but I really don't want
yeah.
I don't
Trade
think
DeMar
they-
DeRozan
his
for a
extensions-
bag of chips.
I really
I
like
think
DeMar.
they're about to
Corn
try to
chips.
go into a rebuild.
You said for a bag of chips?
Corn chips, to be specific.
Corn
chips.
tortilla.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Look,
Alright.
But dang, bro, I'm
I
upset.
kind of wanted to go over like our who we think the best like rookie or between the rookie and the sophomore that all of our player or teams drafted like who's the
Yeah, we can probably.
We can do it.
Save that for
I
the
really
next-
want to
we
shout
can-
out to Aaron Holiday.
Hear me?
He's averaging like
That is the wrapper for this week, guys. We'll be back to you guys next week. Remember, watch your step.
Like, subscribe, comment, follow our social medias. It's all gonna be in the description. For real? Don't sleep.
Bro, you don't even know what's going on.
Okay.
okay.